a fantastic guest lined up, coworker. I guess they were coworkers or boss. There's a different dynamic. Somebody, there was one HR person that probably oversaw everybody at the end. So underneath the same HR person, maybe he's, exclusive and has certain privileges, but either way,
He is HR.
he is the individual that helped usher professional soccer in San Diego as you know it, as you love it right now. We announced that he was going to be making an appearance here tonight. People have been buzzing, and really a testament to the love that people, not just here in San Diego, but around literally the world, around the country, have an adoration and a soft spot for San Diego Loyal, everything that they did for soccer in the U.S. for different movements, and just how great of and I'll be the first one to admit it. Like we wouldn't get those Copa America credentials if it wasn't for San Diego Loyal and what they did to us for us to help. But it wouldn't be possible without this great individual, San Diegan, local as it gets. We're going to welcome, probably, again, now I'm taking inventory in my head, one of, if not the person with the most appearances on Two Balls and a Mic in our 234 in a row.
He's up there.
Career that we've had. We want to welcome the great and powerful chairman of San Diego Loyal, as the bio says. That I'm reading it right off of there. The great and powerful Andrew Vassiliadis. Andrew is on a black screen. Oh boy.
Oh no, what happened?
Andrew. Yep, there he is.
There I am.
There he is. Andrew, senor, welcome. DJ Wire 619. Welcome to the Two Balls and a Mic show. Once again, we're still doing this. We're still doing it somehow.
How many? What did you say? 200 and what?
234 Mondays / weeks consecutive in a row without skipping a week with an episode of Two Balls and a Mic.
You guys need to do like a composite of what the backdrop has looked like from like episode 1, 25, 50, because I feel like it just grows and matures as the show does.
And the show
like
grows.
I realized like
shrink.
you got that SD Loyal wall back there. I was like, man, I should have kept that.
We'll give you the name of the guy that gave it to us. Go after him.
No, I have an idea.
But no, I mean, no,
little trophies.
As Shiva
mentioned.
mentions, like if you really want to look at the backdrop of Two Balls and a Mic, that's one thing. But again, the shrinkage and the change that our friend over here, Shiva, has made.
You're getting there too.
In general, like it's insane. But enough talk about us, Andrew. Okay, we'll just throw it to ourselves. Like, this is what you asked for. It's not and look, we're talking about the kit launch. The kit launch for San Diego Loyal back in the day.
The very first one, the Adidas. Yeah.
That's crazy. But Andrew, again, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. You reached out and kind of wanted to connect, and again, I really do appreciate that as well. But let's kind of check in with you. You know, people have been wondering, like, what's you been up to? And if you're keeping up with Andrew on social media, you know, you're living life. You're being a father. You're
just
being
got back from Greece.
Geez, I mean, I like to say me too, but you know what? That's for my retirement life. We'll get there. But how's life been treating you since the San Diego Loyal project?
It's been wonderful. I don't know if you guys heard me say it, but I definitely said it a couple times towards the end. My wife was incredibly generous for the entire time that the club was around. Never put herself first, and always wanted to make sure that my needs and the club's needs came first. And so now that I have the opportunity to give back to her, we just had our second baby, a beautiful little girl named Cora, 6 to 9 month old clothing. She's growing exponentially here. It's just been incredible to dive in and get involved with her. That doesn't mean that I'm sitting around doing nothing. Getting very involved with the San Diego Zoo and some of the things that they have going on as far as on their philanthropic side and things that they look to do outside of the zoo. So not just the work they do inside of the zoo, but outside of the zoo, which is really, really cool. Received an award from my alma mater, Francis Parker, here in town, for the work that the club did in the community. And I would be remiss not to thank everyone who I worked with for receiving that award. That doesn't happen if not for the work of Ricardo and everybody else. So I greatly appreciate that. Announcement. I don't want to lead anybody on. We've never done that. I've never done that, and I will never do that. This is not an announcement about the club coming back or an academy team coming for me right now. So there is no formal announcement about that. What I can say is this. I really thought my journey in soccer was probably over here. My journey in San Diego will never be over, right? I'm not going anywhere, and I plan to continue to contribute to my community. But I just thought it was always going to have to be through different means. But that may not be the case. It's a little too early to start really talking about it. But I'm starting to get excited. So I hope towards the end of the year, I can start up for me. Traveling, absolutely got to do that. Got to take my family to Paris and then to Greece for a wedding. I got to officiate my first wedding, which was an incredible experience, marrying this beautiful couple right on the Mediterranean in one of the most beautiful islands in Greece. So that was definitely really, really cool. So just like you said, enjoying life, enjoying more soccer, right? Like I have more time to watch more things and dedicate more time to, I got to catch some of that wave conversation. I'm spending more time getting to know that team and their roster. I just didn't have the time to do that. So doing what I can to stay busy, but really loving up on my baby girl and my family.
That is, absolutely wonderful. And that's what comes first. And I think that, with Loyal and the way that ended, I think you had a good thing to kind of carry you through that. And it's that responsibility of literally being a dad and growing a human being and he seems to be enjoying his time, and you both seem to be enjoying it. So I think, hey, why not be girl dad and be the best girl dad you can be and moving forward. So that's fantastic to hear. What I will say, and people in the comments are still speculating, but I think for that segment, it's like you're a Marvel fan, Andrew, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is like San Diego soccer, like Thanos will return, and that's it. That's all you. That's all you get. And then that is what it is right now. But no, again, that's really good to hear, because again, you are involved in San Diego, and I saw that you posted that you were in that stadium, and I was in the press box and I sent you a screenshot. I'm like, hey, like good to see you around soccer. That's cool. And
it was great to be around it, to be honest, and see some friendly faces. I wish I had ran into you guys. I got to see Shannon that night, who you just had on earlier, and so it was a great feeling to be back.
Love it. And again, this has been a huge part of our fabric of our story, right? Like it's San Diego Loyal, and
we wouldn't
just
be here without Loyal.
The reality of it, right? Like in those Wednesdays Open Cup matches, like it was you and I, and sometimes Abe, just asking Landon those questions and trying to hear him through his whispers. And hey, how was the game? All right, Landon. But
raise the volume a little bit, Landon.
Yeah. So all right, we're talking now 2024, and people have been wondering, and if they still go on social media, the posts have stopped from the social media aspect, but they're still active. And so there was always that question of, hey, what's next? Is there something next? Like there's speculation throughout, and I think people have been wondering if you're okay with it. We can move into the portion of where we're going to go ahead and talk about the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, do you want to preface what we have, what we met earlier?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to share what it is. So I think one of the reasons why people fell in love with the club the way that they did and embraced myself and the rest of the staff and everything that we were trying to accomplish is that we always were trying to think of the community first, the people that attended games, the fans that spent their hard-earned money on everything. And I want to make sure you can still hear me. Yes? No?
Yeah. We got you. We got you. Yes, we got you now.
Okay. Does my audio drop when my video drops?
Yes, kind of freeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that happens, then I'll just stop. I know what to do. Okay. Sorry about that. So as the club wrapped up, I was just trying to think of things that I could do to just pay that love and respect back. And one of the things that happened towards the end of the club was this incredible publication from Glory. Those guys came down, did such a great job of profiling not only the club, but the fans and everything in between. And so I had the idea of what can we do with them to really expand on that magazine edition and make something truly, truly special. And that's what I drove down. And
It's freezing. You're good. You did. We did talk about it. You drove down, saw us.
drove down, dropped it off to you guys this afternoon. I don't know if you guys want to show it. I have one here that we could show, but your video quality looks a little better than mine. And we're calling this The Loyal Legacy. This is a hardbound book. It is 350 total pages. It is much more expansive than the Glory magazine. There's everything from the magazine that you remember that's in there, but tons more. We worked with Sean Kelly, who was our statistician, to bring in more stats, every stat. We have everything from every game, every score, who scored, when they scored, red cards, every Stoneman yellow card, everything you could want to know. How many minutes did certain players play? Who played the most minutes? Absolutely everything. And then what I really liked towards the end, or there's a few.
It's a great book.
The intensity is killing me. And I've went through this. I looked through some of this, and it's honestly an encyclopedia of San Diego.
Yeah.
It's an almanac of San Diego Loyal.
Yeah, it's a great time capsule, and you'll move through each season. I had a wonderful time getting to recap each season at the beginning and kind of talk about what we were going to do, what the idea was, and how we accomplished it or didn't accomplish those things as we were trying to move through the season. And then the latter part of the book is filled with all kinds of new content, from the op-ed. Her name is blanking. You just turned from her page. The op-ed that was in the Union Tribune about what the club meant to her family, to profiles from players, profiles from employees.
Wow. No, yeah, 100%.
You're going through a lot of them right there. I pointed one out to you guys to check out. I don't know if you got the opportunity to,
Yes.
but Ben, who was our photographer, he wrote just such an incredible piece. I don't want to paraphrase it or take it away from it. So when you get it, I hope you get the opportunity to read it. So let's talk about that for a second. Not only is the book incredible, this is completely free. It is a limited edition. They are all numbered. There are 619 copies, 619.
I like that.
We will be handing them out this Friday. We will send out an email blast. We still hopefully have everybody's emails. Send out an email blast. We'll put some stuff on social about where it's at. It's going to be at Stone in Liberty Station starting at 6 p.m. They were kind enough. Well,
yeah, no,
you heard that right.
That
absolutely
is free. That is
absolutely
free.
We'll
fill it in for you. It's absolutely free.
Stone was kind enough to give us a space down there so we can meet and greet. Don't expect anything fancy. This isn't a launch party like we used to. This is just come, say hello, shake my hand, be with your friends. But this was, again, a thank you from me to you, the fans, the supporters, you guys who spent your hard time making this podcast, the fans who spent their money. I didn't do this so I could take more money from you. I did this to thank you for everything that you did for me, personally for me. And not only, sorry, I'm bouncing around. There are QR codes in the book. You can find all kinds of videos that we put out, all the way to the farewell video but there's also a thank you letter at the very end. I read it again this morning and I realized,
I read it. That's the one piece where I went to. I went to read that farewell piece.
I do have to apologize. I caught an error. I was like, fuck, how did I let that through? Chalos is misspelled at the beginning of that. But just like anything, I always admit we were never perfect. We were just always trying to do our best. I know it was spelled properly throughout the book and other places. But it was just my final little thank you to everybody. So 300 plus copies are here in town in San Diego. Those will be made available to you at Stone between those 2 hours, or between those, several hours that we're there. We kind of have it booked for a couple hours. If you cannot make the event, if you're Drew and you're living somewhere else, like, there is a way to still get the book. We are going to set up a link. You'll be able to go to that link and you'll be able to have the book shipped to you. Again, you will not pay for the book, but you will have to pay for shipping. It looks like, from what I understand, it will be about $10 flat rate to have it shipped anywhere in the US. Outside of the US, it's going to be very, very hard for us to do, but I will personally try to find ways.
And he did.
He
He literally
has.
showed up to our work today.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we're
he
like,
did.
I will personally find ways, if there are international needs, to get those books to individuals through the copies that I have here with me. Here's the thing that I do ask, and I want to be clear on this. At the event Friday, those books that are there are for the people that come to the event. I understand people may have other commitments, Comic-Con's going on, things are going on, and they may not be able to make it. But I really would shy away from people coming up and trying to go, hey, 15 people from the Discord can't be here tonight, but they want me to grab their book. Like, that's not what this is. If you can make the effort to get down there, great. If you can't, there's still a way to get the book. And something that I also thought of, like, it's $10. It's gonna be $10 to ship all those books out. If we ship them all out, I'm gonna match that in a donation in something in our community.
That's awesome. That's
Here
amazing.
we go. That's great. That's
Yeah, I'm gonna match it as a donation somewhere in our community to do something, because, again, that's what this is about. Just a pure thank you for everything that you guys have ever done for me. So I'm excited for people to see it on Friday. I'm excited for people to, dig into it and find the new stories and maybe learn something that they didn't know about the club. Yeah, that page you're on is one of my favorites. Just kind of gives you
Oh
a
my God.
encapsulation of players, minutes, that kind of thing. Some great pieces from players who you hadn't heard from in the past. Cam has a great piece in there. So super, super excited. It's finally here. I was finally able to talk about it. I had to wait till I got back from my vacation, so because I wanted to be here to thank people and hand it out myself. That is the Loyal legacy right there.
I mean,
Well, Andrew, I don't know if you could see the comments we were sharing, but the people love you and you're one for the people. And I think from the bottom of everyone's hearts, they appreciate everything you did for this community.
and honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I wonder what the reaction is gonna be from this, just in general. And because, again, people were like, "Wow, they're coming back! Oh my God, they're gonna play in Mexico. Liga MX, Loyal's back, guys. Charlie has made it happen." Like, and no, what I'm seeing is exactly what I wanted to see: is the people who are true 100% loyal fans, people who supported this, who are grateful. And I think that's a reflection of, again, this entire project altogether. San Diego Loyal, and again, the people who worked in the office, the people who worked in year one, people who worked in year two, people who were there for a little bit. Like, it all came together with a project of love and purity. And I haven't been able to get through the entire book, but from what I have seen, I've seen quite a lot. Like, I have the Glory magazine right here too. Like, that's something that I've always kind of liked, is this style of just content and magazine reading. But when I tell you that this Loyal legacy is the almanac, the encyclopedia, the everything that you ever need to know about San Diego Loyal is right there. Like, that's, if you're a San Diego Loyal fan, you're gonna have an absolute blast, and it's chock full.
Here's another thing. Like,
Yeah,
I agree with you. It should be San Diego Loyal fans who pick up a copy. And I know the club is dead, so it maybe sounds silly for me to say this now.
I think I've never heard you say that. Damn.
I think if somebody was interested in starting a club, a real grassroots community club, they could pick up that book and have a handbook on how to do it right. Because we never cut a corner, and we always tried to do things we always tried to do things the right way. And so I think there's an avenue for that, for people to pick it up and say, wait a minute, I want to start something in my community. There's a great playbook on how to do that right there in front of you. You mentioned employees. I wanted to touch on that. To your point, it didn't matter if you were there from the start to the beginning to the end, or you just had a cup of coffee with us. If you worked for me, come by and pick up a book. That's ambassadors. That's everybody. USD, if you worked at Torero. Anna, if you're listening, she was in our box with us. Anybody who touched and was a part of San Diego Loyal, this book belongs to you. So feel free to come grab one from us.
Andrew, I'm just gonna shout out a few people that might be a little busy with work on that Friday for San Diego Wave as they have a game. Weston, Shannon, and Kulak, who are gonna be a little busy to make it. Might want to save a copy for them as well.
Their copies are saved. Yeah.
What a guy!
So
What a guy! Looking out.
Shannon does not have to worry. No.
I mean, like again, like I'm
or Weston. Nobody.
Yeah, no, that guy doesn't have to buy a beer in San Diego soccer the rest of his life. But no, like this is something that's it's really important for the fabric of what this project really was. And again, Glory Magazine, that issue that came out was a great insight, but just the amount of just moments that you can spend with this book and relive it. Like again, looking through memory lane in terms of like the lineups. Right? I was looking at the game in Utah, coming back from COVID, where Grant Stoneman hit that goal, his first goal in San Diego Loyal colors, and I was like, yeah, that's right. And then you just start putting everything together, talking about, and that again, something credit to San Diego Loyal, like you guys on paper didn't have a single COVID case during COVID. Like it's impressive. Like you guys were the first. I think that game that restarted everything at Torero Stadium. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, but I think you were one of the 2 sports teams to play coming back from COVID. Like one of the 2 just in the world.
It was the other way. We were the last team. I think we're the last team to play before the shutdown.
Last play. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Because all the major like Big 4 sports had already stopped, and the USL was thinking about freezing, and then everybody was like, no, we've got these couple games, send the teams. We weren't even sure if we were going to send the team to Spokane. And then we sent them, played, and then that next morning it was done. So there is a probably a trivia question one day of what was that last game. Because it was a West Coast start, late game.
Yeah.
It could have been it.
Yeah, Tacoma. It was a watch party at Stone. Actually, I remember that night. Actually,
Tacoma, not Spokane. You're correct on that.
Yeah. No, I very, very vividly, because I'm like, wow, Jack Metcalf is the next just greatest thing, because he scored in that match. I was like, wow, what a goal that was. Shout out
Jack Roger gonna go on Friday.
Oh, all right. Buen Rogelio. Again, San Diego Loyal, as you're saying, it was a part of a fabric, and people are still part of that community for a good reason. And they poured their heart and soul for this right here. And again, like I'll speak for soccer in San Diego and say, just again, thank you. And I think I've told you this in person many times. And just again, what you've been able to do, and it wasn't cheap. And that's something that can be taken for granted. Cannot be taken for granted. Like it wasn't cheap. And at the end of the day, that talks, and that you could have done anything with that. And you gave so many people so many memories, so many career opportunities, just moments in general that, cannot be ever be repaid. But I hope that people do come out. If is there somewhere where they can go, like, if they are outside, do they DM you? Do they go to DM the San Diego Loyal page?
Yeah, I think we're waiting to make this announcement here. We have a graphic set up and an email blast that's going to go out, and then we should hit you with a little social. I don't have a team of people working for me anymore, so maybe me and my 2 cats trying to figure this all out. But we will get stuff up, which will also have an RSVP link, so people could just hit that and just give us an idea of what we should be expecting. I just want to be prepared. I don't like not putting on good events for people, even if it's going to be a small little thing. So yeah, that's the only ask. And then, like I said, a book a person, you're not coming to collect for a bunch of other people. And then we will find ways to get books to
me.
To you.
We already got them.
Me.
We already got her.
To books to people who couldn't be there. And if I could speak, I don't know how much time I have left, but if I could speak
as much time as you want.
to the
Yes.
fans for 1 second. I love how much people are still following our guys. I'm definitely do it. I get the privilege to text a few of them, probably Charlie Adams more than anybody I stay connected with the most. But to see the love of the fans still traveling to support those guys, I know they love it. I certainly love it. I got a photo of Koke and Stoneman and the Monterey guys all out to dinner, Javi and that, and seeing the players still want to be with one another and collaborate with one another. It's been a blessing to watch. And then finally, I kind of spoke to it on social media when I was in France. Went through a really shitty time. Lost my cat, which was awful. But I woke up to something. But I woke up to something that was totally unexpected. I guess I should say thank you to SDFC for kind of making a muck of things, because all of a sudden there was this love that was just flowing for San Diego Loyal. People were reminiscing about what the club meant for them. And it was in a moment where I was a complete mess and nobody knew about that. They were just pouring out their love for the club that they missed. And just, it was the timing of events for me where I was able to just go from this tragic event happening to me to this outpouring of love and just remember like, yeah, things are okay. Everything's gonna be all right. So thank you to anybody who was posting in that moment about what San Diego Loyal meant to them, because it helped me dearly.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
this community is all about, man. And I'm glad that that's being able to be reflected. And I love, again, same thing. People go watch Javi play, and I know people are making that trip up to Orange County to see a maestro versus a student with Duran and Koke coming in. We do have a partnership with Orange County. If you do want discounted tickets, let us know. We have the link for that. We have a link for you, so we can go ahead and help out with that. But I mean,
I still have the owner's number, so hopefully I would be able to get those if I needed them. But thank you, I appreciate that.
yeah, no, 100%. And again, like this is all love, and that's where it's all coming from. San Diego Loyal. I mean, there's a lot of questions. There's people who would love for it to be a lifestyle brand, and again, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. Like, is there any thoughts of like having not necessarily the team started, but just the life of Loyal live on in another sort of iteration? Because if it's still and look, you and I had a bet, and along with Ricardo Campos a long time ago. And if it's still technically a team, I kind of fit into that shirt now. So if I want to be the final San Diego Loyal player, I don't know if that's something that's possible. We can add it onto the next volume 2 of the Loyal legacy. You know what? I'll throw in my piece on there. But is there any thought of just like something that's next? I do like kind of going back and clicking through some of those stories and clicking through some of that San Diego Loyal content, which you can with the QR codes in this book. QR codes in here. Go relive it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to give up the rights to the logo and just actually the logo itself. So the trademarking of everything that was San Diego Loyal belongs to the league. There may be a time that's right in the future for me to recapture some of that. But at the moment, I can't touch that. But that doesn't mean that I can't use the name. So there is the possibility. I have bounced around the idea of doing that. For those who, we love renderings in San Diego, right? For those who ever got to see the renderings of Loyal Village of what we were going to build in Chula Vista, there was a $5 million skate park committed to that project. I really enjoyed getting closer to Willie Santos and some of the skaters in our community because of bringing soccer, back to San Diego. And so there has been the thought of like, do I go kind of counterculture with it and really commit to local skaters in our community? I think if you look at the Olympics, I think we're well represented coming up in the Olympic Games of skaters from San Diego. So I thought to myself, could San Diego Loyal live out in that way and get involved in the skateboarding community and really, help build parks, help build teams, help get skaters where they're trying to go. So I don't know. I'm always trying to, find new ideas and ways to help what I may feel are underserved parts of our community. And that would be something really, really cool. So yes, I have thought about stuff like that. Am I ready to pull the levers and say, let's go? Like, no, absolutely not. There's a few more pressing things, but it's definitely fun to contemplate about.
That those mental gymnastics and those the fantasy booking of like, I wonder that I like that you also share in that just common space of everybody's it'd be cool. I because again, like after Loyal closed the doors, like there was a lot of merchandise out there, and like I'm looking at some right now that again now I fit in. I'm like, wow, this is actually really comfy. Like this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
And
no.
there's still stuff on the Charlie website. People have asked, like, can I get a jersey? Can I get? Yeah, there's still stuff available. I don't have anything left in my storage unit, but there are still things out there if people want to grab them, which is kind of fun to see. And I do love seeing stuff out in the community. I went to Bayfest this past weekend and wore my first Loyal jersey in a long time. And it was good to get some love from some people who had been to games and stuff like that. And I make sure to stop people when I see them in the community still wearing it and representing it proudly. It means a lot. I saw a few on St. Patrick's Day, and it took me a second to figure out why. And I was like, oh, okay, green. Yeah, got
green.
it.
Green.
No, I love that, and again, it's all love. Any plans? I've thought about this. I've drove past it a couple times. Those signs at the San Diego Loyal office are still there. What are you gonna do with those? What happens with those? Like I just
Yeah,
genuinely
so
curious,
that's
you know?
so if
He cuts off. Can't talk
I was
about
like,
it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got him. Blow dart.
I'm so sorry about the reception. I don't know what that's about. You think about a lot of the same things I think about because I drive by that pretty often. Nobody cares, but that's actually the one bill that I still have on my plate. Nobody has rented our office space yet, so I'm still paying rent for that office space. So as long as I'm fucking paying rent, those signs are staying up. So until somebody comes and takes over that spot, then I have to think about what to do with them. But if you think about it perspective wise, they're probably really effing big, right? Like
Yeah,
you look
no,
at
they
it
are.
up there at the top of the building,
They are.
and it like I have the neon one. Like the neon one's nice and small and fits in like a garage or something. Like I don't know where you're putting that thing.
Yeah.
Like that would illuminate your guys' backdrop a little too much, I think, if we put it back there.
Yeah, my parents would not be happy about a giant. Like I have
The
2
energy bill
walk-on seats.
alone would be unreal.
Yeah, no, we're not solar here in the South Bay, and SDG&E, just like anybody, is screwing everybody up. So I mean, perhaps when you live in San Diego, I mean, I'm surprised too that Duran and family haven't gone and cut a hole in that wall. He's still up there. It's good to see those too. I see Guido up there. I see Charles,
Yeah.
Guido's
Colin.
still on third.
Colin, yeah.
So that's still good to see. Hey, look, Coach Beto is here. Shout
Yeah.
out. Yeah, no, Coach Beto has a museum of San Diego Loyal. And, that's something that's really cool in general. But I mean, I'll if you're still paying for it, man, you have the keys. Like I'll let's do a podcast from the office. Like, I mean, is that allowed? Like, I think we're just wheeling and dealing now live on
Yeah,
air.
I don't think the Wi-Fi is still up, so we'd have to figure out how to do that remotely. But
Fun fact, another name, Tocayo, Andrew, from work. His brother is actually the manager at Shake Shack. So
oh, there you go. You just steal their Wi-Fi.
Shake Shack Wi-Fi.
Shout
But
out to
no,
that Shake Shack. They fed me well while we worked there.
I've never
I
had
bet.
Shake Shack.
You never had Shake Shack.
Never had
Wow.
Shake Shack. Despite my figure, it looks like I've had all the Shake Shack, but no, did not have Shake Shack.
Is there a particular reason why?
Look, you can't be fast food and convenience without a drive-through. And again, that's the American way, right? Like, I mean, that's like it's a
Bad motherfucker.
yeah, no, 100%. I'm being 100% real here. And like, I've paid for gourmet less stuff for more expensive stuff. But I just didn't. And I was there often too, but it just didn't. The stars didn't align.
Here's my pitch: burgers are good. If you like a hot dog, they make a really good hot dog, and then the lemonades are good. They do like seasonal lemonades, really delicious. I don't know if that's a solid enough pitch to get you out of your car, but there it is.
Okay, well, currently I haven't eaten food in 3 months, solid food. So once I get back on food, yes, I'm down for that.
Okay.
He literally he fit in this large
The
Pride Kit.
The Pride Kit, I fit in it. It looks
really tight.
It's
but,
not
but
okay
it
to
fit.
wear.
It went all the way down.
It's black. It's slimming.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like It got the
all
job
the
done. Notice you didn't mention shakes for a place called Shake Shack. Anyway.
No, sorry. You're right. Best
That's
Oreo
retarded.
shake out of all the fast food restaurants around. Better than Jack in the Box. Better than Burger Lounge. So thank you, Oreo shake.
I think we need a tier list of Andrew Vassiliadis' fast food now, because Jack in the Box was your first go-to for Oreo shakes, which I don't disagree. Like, great, but like, we're speaking the same language right now.
I have certain hits at certain places. Like when I was 20 and drunk all the time, it was 20 tacos for $20 from Jack in the Box. But like,
Yeah.
I'm at Jack's spicy chicken sandwich, curly fries with the house-made ranch. That was my go-to at Jack in the Box.
I can't fucking eat. I miss chewing.
McDonald's, I'm a 20-piece with large fry and a Coke. What else do you want?
Connoisseur. In-N-Out.
Oh, sweet and sour for the nuggets. Simple double, ketchup only, extra toast, fries well, large Coke.
This is
California breed. If Jason's still in here, I saw Jason R was commenting. Jason knows all about.
Again, Jason
What
in
do
the
you
window.
know,
Blow
Jason?
dart.
favorite Cali burrito, Ortiz's here in Point Loma. That's a good one. And then who doesn't love Popeyes? A little Louisiana fried chicken.
Popeye's chicken is shiznits, as a great Lil Nicky once said. Great 1999. The first time I ever heard Foo Fighters ever long was in that movie. My favorite band. All right, this got off the rails. All right, one last time we can close it. As far as the event, just give us a clean out there date, time, and location, and just what to expect.
This Friday, 6 p.m., Stone and Liberty Station, not the one up in North County, Stone and Liberty Station out here. I will stay as long as people want to stay. We will have books to hand out. I hope we get rid of all 300 plus copies. If we do and there's more people, I apologize and we will make up for that. If not, so be it, and we will make sure that books get to people. If anybody has any questions or comments,
Question.
Anybody has any questions, just feel free to reach out to myself, and I will do to me, and I will do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. But it's pretty simple, like I said, straightforward. We'll have a beer for you. You pick up your book, share some stories and a hug, and then maybe make it out to the Wave game or back to Comic-Con or whatever Friday night. Maybe Lake Street Dive. That's a concert going on Friday night.
Yeah, no, I mean you'll have plenty of time, Ryan. I'll make sure Andrew saves you one or two at least, like 100%.
Yeah.
You're gonna be turning and burning over at Snapdragon.
Employees will have them held for them, so Ryan will have a copy.
Love that. No, 100%, and that's part of it, man. Like, if we can help give this out, if anybody wants to reach out to us too, who's listening for whatever reason can't make it, like, just we'll work together, because again, this is a privilege to be able to be reached out to and say, hey, help us out with this. To get one from you personally means a lot to us. Andrew, just I think we've had a lot of insightful talks, and you're a real one, man. I think people have told you that, and I hope you understand. I hope you believe it, and hope you feel it. I really, really, really hope you do. That's my sincerest thoughts. And I mean, look, man, we're still here in San Diego. There's still soccer to be had, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this event, for you still just making this San Diego skate club.
I feel the love. I appreciate all the kind words from you and everybody else. And I'll end it on this. I told Shiva there's a quote that has been really ringing in my ears recently, and I'm trying to live by it, because there is no lie. Like, I put my heart and soul into everything that we did, and I said it to you earlier, and it shocked you. Mm-hmm. It's dead. That hurt a lot, and if I could talk about how it really happened, it would really hurt a lot for a lot of people. But it's no longer time to be bitter. It's time to get better, and that's how I'm trying to look through it now. Bitter is done. It's now time to get better and be the best I can for my community. That's what I look forward to doing.
And that's how you've always done it. Chairman for San Diego Loyal, Andrew Vassiliadis.
Man of the people.
Man of the people. People are the they're people of him. Like, it goes both ways. And then people will be there. I really appreciate you. I love you, man. Thank you for everything that you've done for us and the community soccer in San Diego. And I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get to work, and I'll make sure to get my butt out there and say hi as well.
Hey, I
Yes.
know Abe finished with a prediction. I'm going to finish with a prediction. You will be at the World Cup. It's happening, dude.
Man,
You guys are doing it. You've
Man.
done everything every year. Just it's better and better and better. You continue to grow. The podcast gets better. Every event you get to go to gets better. It's fucking happening, and I can't wait to see it.
I
Thank you.
cannot say how much that means to me, man. Because
Yeah.
again, you've seen it, man. You've seen us, little GoPro. we had
Man.
phone mics, and look, it's the adventure of a lifetime, and
You don't start this team, and we don't get there.
100%.
Simple as that.
That's what it is, and that's and this is us technically former employees too, because we did some commentary in
Spaces.
Spanish, Twitter Spaces with Pony.
Viva Match Day.
I love that. It was awesome. Awesome.
No, and we'll be ready for what's next, and we're down to help anything that you need again, because that's what it is about. We're real ones.
Yeah.
You're giving this book out for free again, for free.
Everyone
Free.
for free.
Gratis en español. Gratis. If you need it, I'll read it to you. I'll translate it. Live translation in Spanish. Go get your book. Like, no excuse. Like, parlez-vous français? Ne sais pas. I mean, that's as far as I go with that. But the Loyal Legacy, an encyclopedia of Loyal, an almanac, a must-have for anybody who is even remotely familiar with San Diego Loyal, the history, wants to learn more, wants to teach anybody. It's a beautiful book. It's well done. So congratulations on that. And I really hope that we see more of you. I hope that this isn't the last Andrew Vassiliadis appearance here. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anything else that we want to share for the community in general, Andrew?
Yeah. Of course, I drop right when you throw it to me. Yes, I'm so glad you gave me one more opportunity. Extra thank you to Ricardo and to Travis and to Josh. Everybody stayed on after the club was closed to make sure that thing got finished. And thank you to everybody at Glory. I don't know if people understand that isn't their day job. What they do is like what you guys do. That magazine is a passion project for those people, and it comes through. Don't just pick up this, pick up everything they do. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Love it. Great content as well. This Soccer Head, you have to go ahead and do that. They do great pieces, and this was no exception. And so this is a fantastic thing. You heard it here first. We're making it to the World Cup. Andrew Vassiliadis is going to make it happen. He still has the contacts on his phone.
I do.
So we're going to call them up. But again, Andrew, thank you for everything. We will have you here once again, and we'll see you there on Friday. Check it out. Get your book. Muchas gracias. You have been amazing to us. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Andrew.
You can end it. Get there. Appreciate you guys.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'll put you away. Thank you.
What a guy, man.
That is honestly like one of my favorite pictures in this whole thing is a moment where San Diego Loyal was training at different high schools around San Diego, and it was at Hilltop Elementary in Chula Vista, and the team was training and everything, and Ryan actually captured this picture. I should have pulled it up, but it's him on one side of the bench, me on the other side of the other bench, just kind of talking like this, looking in and just shooting the shit. And like I remember the conversation because I'm like, that's a really nice watch. Like Andrew's watch game is on point. Like I'm a watch aficionado.
Yeah.
But you know what? Casio all the way. But it's all good. G-Shocks, what you know. But no, like it's one of those things where it's like I really got to know him. Just his story, his him personally, and the type of person that he is look, what you see is what you get, and you don't get that a lot in sports. And I think that's kind of the guiding light that we've kind of went through is like, no, there's good, authentic individuals, pieces. There's good aspects. There's good motions. There's good things that happen when it comes to soccer, and it's not just on the field. And we can say what we want, and the uniforms, yeah, but we care about what happens X's and O's. But take that extra step back, and man, like if it just feels good to be involved.
Do you miss it?
Do I miss it? Yeah.
Do you miss Loyal?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I would lie if and you know what? While it was happening, I do have to put at the front of like, well, I'm not a fan. technically speaking, I am a fan of San Diego. I'll quote the Empire when they said, "Do you want San Diego first or the team first? Soccer or San Diego?" Like, it's always San Diego, man. Like, and that was the representation, the embodiment of soccer in San Diego in the form of a
Mhm.
team was San Diego Loyal, and that's the bar. That's the bar, and I could care less what the opinions, just like my opinion is just as valid as anybody else's, but whether or not the quality or the level of that, and now there's new players in town, and it is what it is, and it's a new game, it's a new year, and life moves on, life moves forward. I'm glad that Andrew shared that for him as well. Like, he moves forward and is in a different space, in a different spot, but we all have that memory of San Diego Loyal and what had happened there. And so let's go ahead and bookend it there. I was waiting for that. Because again, great stuff. Get your book. It's going to be available. If you need help getting it, let us know. We can connect and maybe connect some dots here and there.